Hello Philippines, hello world. I'm excited because this is my first time to make a video tutorial. I've been busy with work, so I didn't have the time for that and I really didn't have an idea on how to do it. But finally, after some research, I would like to share the things that I've come up with you. By the way, I'm a licensed teacher and I'm here to help students and test takers just like you. Although my specialization is with the sciences, I also love math and I'm focusing on math for the first part of the series because that's where most people need help, right? So let's get right down to the bottom of things. If you need more time in an item, you may go ahead pause the video. You may also mute the video if you do not want to hear my voice, or you may also want to speed up the video if you find it to be too slow. Now, if you want the PowerPoint of this exercise, or you want more examples, or you want me to discuss a different topic, just comment below. And for the first installment, we shall tackle the math part of the civil service exam. Here we go! Question number 1. Which of the following numbers is not divisible by 3? Letter A, 128. Letter B, 918. Letter C, 291. And letter D, 9996. Go ahead, pause this video and give yourself approximately 30 seconds to 1 minute per item to answer. Go ahead. The correct answer is letter A. When we say divisible by, this means that when you divide one number by another number, the result or the quotient is a whole number. And the rule is that a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, such as 918, 291, 9996. When we add 918, the sum is 18 and 18 is divisible by 3. Thus, 918 is divisible by 3. Whereas for letter A, when we add 1, 2, and 8, the sum is 11. 11 is not divisible by 3. Therefore, 128 is not divisible by 3. Note that the rule can be repeated when needed. What do we mean by this? Say you have 9996. When we add 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 6, the sum is 33. And if we further add 3 and 3, the sum is 6. And 6 is a number that is divisible by 3. So 9996 is divisible by 3. Question number 2. What is the least positive integer that is a multiple of 4, 9, and 15? Letter A, 30. Letter B, 180. Letter C, 360. Letter D, 540. The correct answer is letter B. So this is a problem that asks for the least common multiple, or the LCM. And as we learned when we were in grade school, LCM is simply the smallest of the common multiples. And the way to get the LCM is to first break down each number into their prime factors. So for the prime factors for 4 are 2 and 2. For 9, the prime factors are 3 and 3. And for 15, the prime factors are 3 and 5. And the next step is to multiply each factor the greatest number of times it occurs in either number. So in this case, we multiply as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And this equals 180. Thus, the LCM is 180. Question number 3. Voltron, an electrician, worked 5 months out of the whole year. What percent of the year did he work? Round off your answer to the nearest hundredth. Letter A, 1.37%. Letter B, 41.67%. Letter C, 58.33%. Letter D, 66.67%. The correct answer is letter B. So for this item, we just apply fractions. So we recall the rules on fractions. Then we convert the fraction to decimal, then the decimal to percent. So based on the problem, since Volta worked for 5 months out of 1 year, which is comprised of 12 months, we just divide 5 with 12, and this gives us 0.41666. We then multiply the same with 100 and add the percentage sign to get the percent. Okay, next question. Question number 4. How many angles can 4 rays form? Letter A, 3. Letter B, 4. Letter C, 5. Letter D, 6. The correct answer is letter D. Here we have a geometry problem. So what are those 6 angles that are formed? These are angle AOB, angle BOD, angle COD, angle BOC, angle AOC, and angle AOD. So those are the 6 angles. Question number 6. Francisco is 5 times older than Francis. Meanwhile, Francis is twice as old as his brother Frank. In 3 years' time, the sum of their ages will be 74. So the question is, how old is Frank? Letter A, 3. Letter B, 4. Letter C, 5. And letter D, 6. The correct answer is letter C. So the key to solving word problems such as age problems is to understand them and solve them systematically. And the best way to do it is to visualize them by creating a timeline or by creating a table or creating a mental picture if you can, whatever you prefer. So here, picture Francisco. Since the problem says he is 5 times older than Francis, perhaps Francisco here is the father of Francis. So Francisco is 5 times older than Francis, and Francis being twice as old as his brother Frank. Since we do not know the age of Frank, we assign x, the unknown variable, as Frank's age. Francis being twice as old as Frank, we assign his age as 2x. And Francisco being 5 times as old as Francis, then we assign his age as 5, parenthesis 2x, or that's equal to just 10x. The problem states that in 3 years' time, the sum of their ages will be 74. Thus, in 3 years, Frank's age will be x plus 3, Francis' age will be 2x plus 3, and Francisco's age will be 10x plus 3. And from here, we can then set up our working equation, which is then x plus 3, which is Frank's age in 3 years, plus 2x plus 3, which is Francis' age in 3 years, and plus 5 parenthesis 2x plus 3, which is Francisco's age in 3 years, equals 74. And solving for x, isolating x, we then get 5. Okay, so let's move on to the next item. Item number 7. If on a map 1/4 inch is equivalent to 3 meters, what is the actual length of a wall of a building that is represented on the map by a line of 3.5 inch? Letter A, 18 meters. Letter B, 42 meters. Letter C, 50 meters. Letter D, 92 meters. The correct answer is letter B. In solving a problem like this, we apply ratio and proportion. And from the problem, we know that 1/4 inch is equal to 3 meters. So we set up the equation as you can see on the video. But we do not know the equivalent of 3.5 inch in meters. So we assign the same as x. So that is the unknown. That's what we are looking for. We then convert 3.5 inch into an improper fraction to make it easier to solve. So we solve for x, which is equivalent to 42 meters. So that's letter B. Question number 8. How many number of distinct permutations are there for the letters of the word ammunition? Letter A, 90,720. Letter B, 453,600. Letter C, 907,200. Letter D, 3,628,800. You guessed it right, it's letter B. Note that there are 10 letters in the word ammunition, but we have to take into account the fact that there are 2 letter M's, 2 letter I's, and 2 letter N's, and thus there would actually be less permutations than each of the letter was not repeated. Thus the formula is 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 2 factorial times 2 factorial, and the answer that we get is 453,600. Question number 9. What is the area of the shaded region? So refer to the diagram provided. Letter A, 4 parenthesis 16 minus pi. Letter B, 64 minus 16 pi. Letter C, 16 parenthesis 4 minus pi. Letter D, 64 minus 64 pi. The correct answer is letter B. To find the area of the shaded region, we need to determine first the area of the square. Then we find the area of the circle. We then subtract the area of the circle from the area of the square. So it's logical, right? If you look at the diagram and understand the problem carefully and intently, that's the system by which we go about in solving the problem. So we know that the formula for solving for the area of the square is s squared, and the formula for solving for the area of a circle is pi r squared. Thus, solving for the area of the shaded region, what we get is 64 minus 16 pi. Question number 10. Which of the following fractions has the greatest value? A, 7 over 12. Letter B, 1 over 3. Letter C, 5 over 6. Letter D, 3 over 4. The correct answer is letter C. In comparing fractions in which the denominators are different, what you need to do is to find first a common denominator, then obtain the equivalent fractions for each of the given fractions, and then compare the numerators. The greater the numerator is, the greater is the value of the fraction. So in this example, 5/6 or 5 over 6 is equivalent to 10/12, and thus it has the greatest value relative to the other fractions. Question number 11. Baby Thor traveled at a blazing average speed of 120 and 3/4 kilometers per hour for 2.5 hours. Calculate the distance covered by Baby Thor. Letter A, 48 and 3 over 10 kilometers. Letter B, 240 and 3/8 kilometers. Letter C, 301 and 7/8 kilometers. Letter D, 750 and 3/8 kilometers. The correct answer is letter C. The formula for solving for distance is speed or rate, denoted by r, multiplied by time, which is denoted by t. So here we just multiply 120 and 3/4 kilometers per hour, which is the rate, with 2.5 hours, which is the time. Thus, we get 301 and 7/8 kilometers. Question number 12. What is the value of m in the equation 3m plus 8 is equal to 44? Letter A, 3. Letter B, 4. Letter C, 12. Letter D, 49. The correct answer is letter C. To solve for m, we need to isolate it. So we transpose 8 to the other side of the equation and thus changing its sign to negative. So 44 minus 8, it's 36, and then we divide 36 with 3, thus we get m is equal to 12. Question number 13. What is the value of 7 squared minus parenthesis 5 plus 2 times 2? Letter A, 5. Letter B, 35. Letter C, 40. Letter D, 42. The correct answer is letter C. So to solve this problem, we have to apply the order of operations, and our mnemonics is PEMDAS, which stands for parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. So if we are given with a problem like this which involves parenthesis, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, the first step is to perform the operations within the parenthesis. Then exponents, then we perform multiplication and division from left to right, and lastly we perform addition and subtraction from left to right. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Question number 14, so this is the second to the last question. The length of a rectangular swimming pool is 4 meters, less than 4 times its width. If the perimeter of the pool is 192 meters, what is the pool's width? Letter A, 10 meters. Letter B, 12 meters. Letter C, 32 meters. Letter D, 39 meters. The correct answer is letter A. So recall that the perimeter of a rectangle is twice the length plus twice the width. So in this example, we do not know the width of the pool, so we set that unknown to W. We also do not know the length, but what we know is that the length is 4 meters, less than 4 times the width, so we set the length of the pool as 4W minus 4. Okay? Thus, we have our working equation, which is 192 is equal to 2 parenthesis 4W minus 4 close parenthesis plus 2W. And solving for W, we get 10. Okay. And lastly, evaluate 2 plus 2/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/6. Letter A, 1 and 1/12. Letter B, 1 and 1/4. Letter C, 2 and 5/8. Letter D, 3 and 1/12. The correct answer is letter D. In order to evaluate the given, we just need to rename the fractions using the least common denominator. So in this case, the least common denominator is 12. Now that the denominator is the same, and we obtain the equivalent fractions for each given fraction, we then proceed to add the numerators. Thus, we are able to get 24 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2 over 12, or 37 over 12, that's 3 and 1/12. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will soon be posting more videos to help everybody, teachers, students, and especially test takers ace their exams. See you then!